Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to a brand new Total Extreme Wrestling Wednesday. It's a big one. Obviously 2 weeks ago was Money in the Bank, so we're on the road to Backlash. We're also on the road to NXT TakeOver in your house. Last week we set up a lot of matches for that, so we're going to try and build those up. We've also got a deal with NXT UK, so just to give you guys a bit of sort of information of when I filmed this. This has been filmed a few weeks before it's actually gone out. So I am filming this exactly a day after a lot of allegations have come out in British wrestling. And it's a difficult time in terms of being a booker in British wrestling, because there are a lot of wrestlers that are involved even in NXT UK who have been exposed. We will deal with that when we get to that point. I have put steps in place and I will explain it all when we get to NXT UK, but there will be major changes on the UK brand. So yeah, we'll get to that. We're going to open up with Monday Night Raw. Big Monday Night Raw plan though, of course, and announced already was that big US title match, Ricochet versus Andrade, and I can confirm to you right now that is the main event. I am main eventing with a US title. That's a risk. Okay, we're here for Monday Night Raw. Like I say, the main event is for the United States Championship, so that's going to be interesting. We open up though with Mr. Money in the Bank, Mr. Phenomenal Money in the Bank, AJ Styles. He defeats Apollo Crews. A rematch of last week. This time Apollo will have a bit more aggression about him, wanting to make sure he's not left behind by the talent. Someone who's had so much potential. This is the story that we'll be driving on commentary. Apollo Crews doesn't want to be left behind. But AJ in the end gets the win. They had a lot of time to have a good match. 24 minutes. The Styles Clash does the business. And a 74 rated match to open up Monday Night Raw. Two good workers getting time. That's what you want to see from your 3-hour show. So AJ Styles 79. Apollo Crews 54. Of course, AJ's got the issue with Kevin Owens at the moment. Again, with just the commentary will be driving in the fact that AJ Styles has got a target on his back as Mr. Phenomenal Money in the Bank. So, yeah, pretty good. Afterwards, AJ didn't like the fact that Apollo Crews put up so much of a fight and started to beat him down when Kevin Owens came running down, chases Styles off. Styles at the top of the ramp having run off. Kevin Owens gets on the mic in the ring and says, AJ, you said nobody could beat you. Nobody could beat you for this briefcase. Nobody could be Mr. Money in the Bank. I can. Kevin Owens drops the mic and starts to run after AJ Styles. AJ runs to the back. 72 for this bit, which is really good. AJ runs to the back. Kevin Owens is chasing him. AJ gets to a car at the very end in the car park and escapes from Kevin Owens. Owens is still here. Owens has a match tonight. So he doesn't chase after him. But Owens has made it very clear AJ is a target for Kevin Owens, and Owens wants that Money in the Bank briefcase. Of course, he wasn't in the ladder match, didn't even qualify for it. He was busy with the WWE Championship at the time. Instead, Kevin Owens is saying, AJ, I want the briefcase. Really good start to the show. 3 good segments. The match 74, 72 for the I can and the save of the attack, and then 71 here for Owens running AJ off. Really good stuff, really good. Pretty good stuff here as well. A 64 rated match. Shayna Baszler getting a good victory over Kairi Sane. The knockout punch apparently did the business. Really good stuff though. 64 from Shayna, 56 from Kairi. So it's a good win for Shayna Baszler, who at the moment is on hold a little bit. I have plans for her, of course, but at the moment I just want to keep giving her a few wins, keep her bubbling away in the background as bigger things are happening at the moment, but she will be inserted later on. That's the idea we're going for. 64 though, really good stuff. She then cut a backstage promo hyping herself up. Really good self-promotion. 66, basically saying she's the most dangerous woman in the Raw roster. Nobody can hang with her. Kairi Sane just found out what happened when you get in the ring with a beast like Baszler. 66. Pretty good. Becky Lynch then cut a promo on Asuka, saying last week Asuka challenged her, similar to what she did on main event last week, where saying, look, if Asuka wants a shot, that's fine, but tonight we're on the same team. Now the thing is, Asuka, I know what you're like, but if you have any inkling not to back me in this tag team match, it will be the last damn thing you do. The match itself then is Asuka and the Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch against the Iconics for 65. Pretty good. Of course, Becky and Asuka win. Becky pinning Billie Kay, which is good. 67 from Asuka, 69 from Becky, 54 apiece for the Iconics. So it's pretty good. Pretty, like a 3-star match, isn't it? So it's pretty good. Pretty good. Like I say, I've got no issues with this. And the idea is, can Becky and Asuka work together as a team? They have little incidences, but the main thing is they're baby faces. They're warriors in the ring, and they want to win the matches. That's all that matters. And of course, they do that. Becky celebrates in the ring. Asuka doesn't want to celebrate with her and starts going up the ramp. She's celebrating on the ramp when she's speared out of nowhere by Charlotte Flair, who returns to Monday Night Raw. Now, I could have used her while she was NXT Women's Champion. I chose not to. She's dropped the belt to Rhea Ripley. She's done with NXT. She has speared Asuka out of her boots on the stage, and she just sort of gives a nod to Becky Lynch. A nod of, all right, I'm back. Let's see what happens now. 68 for the segment is pretty good. Good stuff for the Raw Women's Championship feud. The Street Profits got a promo hyping up a match with Murphy and Shelton in the future. They sort of it's basically just a promo on the Raw Tag Team Champions and, well, the Disciples in general. Montez Ford says, last week you tried to injure me, but no, you can't keep me down. If you want the smoke, we will bring the smoke. We will certainly bring the smoke. 51, not great actually. It's then announced Montez Ford will have a chance at some revenge when he takes on the leader of the Disciples, Seth Rollins, next week, right here on Monday Night Raw. Should be a good match. Montez Ford, the best worker in the Street Profits, no offense, Angelo Dawkins, against one of the best workers in the company. It'll be Ford and Rollins one-on-one next week here on Raw. But that's not all. Next week, the seemingly number one contender for the WWE Championship, he's made it clear that he wants that title. Bobby Lashley has a big test when he takes on the Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe. That's another big matchup for next week right here on Raw. So we've got Montez Ford against Seth Rollins. We've got Bobby Lashley against Samoa Joe. And there's also this next week. The return of a legend, Rey Mysterio, is back after being beaten by Bobby Lashley. He's taken a couple of weeks to get over his injuries, but he will be back next week. Rey Mysterio returns to Raw next week. Should be interesting. After that video, which hyped up Rey Mysterio's return, we get an interview with Seth Rollins, who sort of says, look, he's watching it, and he says, I see Rey Mysterio will be back next week. Rey is a living legend. Rey is one of the main reasons I am in this company doing what I do. But Rey's lost his way. Rey has, well, lost himself. Rey Mysterio is nowhere near the man he used to be. Rey Mysterio needs saving. I'll be watching next week very closely. Just starting something, as you can see, Seth Rollins versus Rey Mysterio storyline has started. We're going to start something between the two of them. Seth Rollins has his ideas that he wants to save Rey Mysterio from the slump that he's in, seemingly. 74 for a great promos from Seth, so that's really good. Big 6-man tag action here. I said Kevin Owens still had a match tonight. He was teaming with the Viking Raiders against the Disciples. That's Murphy, Benjamin and Akam. No Rollins. Didn't want to use Rollins here. Kevin Owens pinning Shelton with a pop-up powerbomb. So KO gets the victory, which is really good. 63 for the match itself. Owens obviously carrying it, 67. 60 apiece for the Viking Raiders is pretty good. 45 for Akam is a little bit disappointing, but 56 apiece for the tag team champions. Again, what you'd expect, 6-man tag in the middle of Raw. They get 25 minutes, and it's a 3-star match. I think this could have been better, but it's still not bad at all, really. And it's important to note that the tag team champions have lost. Yes, Kevin Owens got the victory because he's the biggest star, but it's something the Viking Raiders can sort of push and say, look, we've got your number. We have got your number. Next up then, the WWE champion was in action. And this is a match that I did think could be the main event, but I chose not to go with it. Drew McIntyre defeating Angel Garza in about 24 minutes, well, 23 and a half minutes actually. Drew McIntyre, let's say he got the Claymores, ignore this Scott drop. 70 rated match, really good stuff from the WWE champion, really carrying it, which is what you want to see. He's now coming into his own, I think, as champion, which is really good. Drew 71, Angel Garza, 57. A good win for Drew. After the match, though, he's confronted by Bobby Lashley, and a giant pull-apart brawl starts between the two of them. 56 for this is slightly disappointing, actually. So, pull-apart brawl. Akira Tozawa, the Street Profits were out there. Apollo Crews, Samoa Joe, Humberto Carrillo. Interesting Joe. Obviously, Joe and Lashley will be going at it next week, so you can sort of tease that as well. 56. Yeah, it's interesting. I thought it'd be better, but you know what? It's okay. It's okay. Charlotte Flair had a promo backstage for 66 saying, "Don't forget about me, ladies. Don't forget about me. I may have been down in NXT showing the future that they are nowhere near the absolute prime. But I'm back. I'm ready. And Becky, I am taking that title off you. Asuka, listen, I get that you want a shot, but you need to get to the back of the line because the Queen is here and you are not worthy." 66 for the promo is pretty good, and it sets up next week. We'll be seeing it then. Charlotte Flair taking on Asuka, a WrestleMania rewind, so to speak. It'll be Charlotte Flair and Asuka, and the women's championship opportunity will be on the line. The women's championship opportunity at Backlash in 2 weeks will be decided. The winner of this one will take on the man, Becky Lynch. Who will it be, Charlotte Flair or Asuka? We'll find out next week. Ahead of the main event then, Ricochet cut a promo on the curtain just as he's about to make his way out. He worked without a script and did really well, actually. I was a mistake from him. I meant to script him, but that's really good. 66 for the promo, higher than his pot, which is good. He says, "Listen, I am going to win the United States Championship tonight. I have been dreaming, I have been battling, and nobody could keep me down. Andrade, Garza, Theory, Zelina Vega, whatever you want, bring it on, because I will battle through it all. I will make these fans happy. I will win the US title." 66 for the promo. I'm a little bit worried about this as the main event. Now that I've saw some of the other matches, AJ and Drew have done really well. I just wanted to help the title more than anything, I think, in my own mind. It sort of puts it over as if you have the US title main event in a Raw, it puts it over as a big match. They're going to get time. They're going to get 25 minutes. It's Andrade versus Ricochet for the United States Championship. The winner. And still United States Champion Andrade. Okay, 57. Wow, that hasn't done well. I did say steal the show, and I've probably given him a little bit too much time for that. As you can see that. On Ricochet, though, put an in-ring performance of 76. Wow, so if this had 15 minutes and that's it, it's done really well. But I feel like still the show should be able to go 25 minutes though. So I don't know. I'm not quite sure on that. That's a bit harsh for me. But Ricochet 76. Wow. Andrade wins the match though. Pinfall after a split-legged corkscrew sent on. Angel Garza making the difference though. Running in and attacking Ricochet. So 57 to end the show. Ricochet was upset that Andrade almost injured him, which is brilliant. But yeah, 61. That main event's really brought us down. Really, really brought us down. It shows how important. It really does show how important it is to have a good main event. I think actually, if I'd have booked it to be maybe slightly shorter, it would have been that. Because the performances were sort of high 70s, which is good. Sorry, middle 70s it would have been, I guess. It's a disappointment, but still really good stuff on the show. We've improved a lot of angles, hopefully. So, yeah, I'll take it. Okay, it's time for main event. So, yeah, this again, it's a C show, but we'll get through it. Liv Morgan defeats Lana for 49. 15 minutes these two got to see what they could do. Lana, particularly in the ring, I was interested. In-ring performance of 53 from her, which is good. Liv Morgan slightly off her game, which is a bit annoying. She needs to put in the performances now to warrant a push. We're sort of giving her a bit of a character, but we're not pushing her as such. We're giving her a bit of a character. We're giving her a manager. We're going to see what we can do with her. She needs to put the performances in to warrant it. She got the win over... No, she didn't. I booked that incorrectly. We'll go with it. Lana defeated Liv Morgan in 15 minutes. We can actually, what you could sort of say is that Liv Morgan is lacking confidence. Paige is trying to give her confidence, which is what last week was about, but didn't work here. It's a story you can build on, so it actually works okay. After which she cuts a promo and Paige is there with her saying, I don't know I just don't get it. I just don't get what's going wrong. I don't understand. And Paige says, look, you have to get through this. I've been there. You have to get through this. You have talent. You have the ability. At the moment, you don't believe in yourself, but don't worry because I believe in you. And soon enough, you will believe in yourself again. 51, fine. Fine, pretty good actually. Ricochet cut a promo on Andrade for 66. Basically, now this bugs me. This bugs me. On Raw, he was brilliant off script. Main event, struggled. Yeah. Anyway, he basically says, Andrade, you weaseled your way out of it. We main evented the flagship show and you weaseled your way out the United States Championship. But don't think for a minute I'm not coming back at you with everything I've got. But first of all, I need to deal with your little pipsqueak. Angel Garza, listen to me now. This week, this Monday on Raw, or next Monday on Raw, I will beat the hell out of you. 66 for the promo, and then it's announced next week on Monday Night Raw, Ricochet will be taking on Angel Garza. So that is another match booked for Raw. We have Bobby Lashley versus Samoa Joe, Montez Ford versus Seth Rollins, Charlotte versus Asuka, and Angel Garza will be taking on Ricochet, as well as Rey Mysterio returning. So it's a big Raw next week, a big Raw planned. Lashley was here on main event cutting a promo on Drew McIntyre for 60, saying you think you're a big man? Well, you're lucky all those people were trying to get in the way. At Backlash, they won't get in the way. At Backlash, Bobby Lashley will win the WWE Championship. Of course, at Backlash itself, they did quite well. I'm hoping that it'll do well as well. I think two men have worked well together, and hopefully that will be the same. 60. Tag team action here. The Viking Raiders get another victory under their belts, defeating Jinder Mahal and Shane Thorne for 54. So this is okay. 16:59 for the Viking Raiders themselves. 32 from Shane Thorne really brings it down. But main event wise, you can't really complain too much. And the tag team, the Viking Raiders, they're on a roll. They really are on a roll. AJ Styles is here, cutting a promo on Kevin Owens for 81. Wow. Great promo from AJ Styles. Basically saying, I don't know who the hell Kevin Owens thinks he is. I won this Money in the Bank briefcase fairly. I beat five of the men in a ladder match. I put my body on the line. Kevin Owens, you were nowhere near it because you don't deserve to be anywhere near it. Now stay out of my way or I will make you phenomenal. 81 for a fabulous promo. AJ Styles. Whoa. Main event time, and it's Randy Orton taking on Cedric Alexander for 73. Wow, really good main event for main event. Randy Orton in ring forms to 77, 55 from Cedric. Being in the ring with Randy Orton is going to help Cedric at the moment. Orton defeating Alexander with the RKO. So yeah, good stuff, and that's a good end to the show, which gives us a 72. So that shows how much the end to the show matters. Look at that. Look at that. Wow, really good. Okay, it's time for NXT, the final NXT before NXT TakeOver in your house coming this Sunday. So it's the go-home show. It's a big one. We open up with the NXT Women's Champion, the newly crowned NXT Women's Champion, Rhea Ripley. Of course, she won the title from Charlotte Flair last week and was immediately attacked by Dakota Kai. So Ripley comes out and says, listen, Dakota, last week you ruined my moment. Last week you sent a message. You wanted my attention. Well, you've got it. And listen, I'll put this title on the line anytime, any place. I'll do it right now tonight. But I know what you want. I know what you want. And you know what? You can have it. NXT TakeOver in your house this Sunday. You want a title shot? Dakota Kai, you've got your title shot. So the graphic comes up. It's made. Rhea Ripley will defend the NXT Women's Championship against Dakota Kai this Sunday on the pay-per-view. Yeah.
Nope.
Now I can finally reveal the fact that Charlotte in-game only had one appearance in NXT left. I probably could have changed it, but I thought, you know what, let's use it. Let's use it as a storyline. So we used it for a big match on TV last week, and now we're moving on. As you saw on Raw, Charlotte Flair will stay on Raw. We're moving on. Rhea Ripley versus Dakota Kai on Sunday is the next step of the NXT Women's Division. Opening contest is for 48 grizzled young veterans defeating Isaiah Swerve Scott and Jake Atlas in about 15 minutes. So 2 babyfaces put together against the established heel tag team. There's only one winner, and that is Zach Gibson and James Drake. The Frog Splash does the business for Gibson, who carried the match for 53, 41 for James Drake. Jake Atlas 33 and 40 for Isaiah Swerve Scott. Isn't bad at all considering their popularities. So a good win going into the pay-per-view for the number 1 contenders for the tag team titles. They then cut a promo on the Broserweights for 45, vowing to win the tag team titles this Sunday, vowing to put the pain on the tag team champions and return the NXT glory of the tag team division, starting with the grizzled young veterans. Keith Lee cut a promo basically saying that he wants Johnny Gargano right now. He'll put the title on the line if he needs to, but whatever. Gargano, get your ass out here right now, when he's interrupted by Cameron Grimes. That's his opponent, not Johnny Gargano. Keith Lee has to deal with that. 68 for the promo. And the match itself, 63. Really good stuff. Keith Lee, 59. Cameron Grimes, 59. And they had great chemistry, and it showed as they had a good matchup. 63. Keith Lee getting the win in about 20 minutes with a power slam. Whatever. Spirit Bomb, I guess, would be more likely. 63 is good. After the match, Gargano comes out on the mic and says, I heard you, Keith Lee. I heard you. Well, you know what? I accept. How's about this Sunday? We do it. This Sunday, Gargano Lee North American Championship will be on the line. Gargano accepts the challenge. 60 rated segment, and the match is made. It'll be Gargano and Lee for the North American Championship this Sunday at NXT TakeOver in your house.
Okay.
Tegan Nox was in action, defeating Chelsea Green in about 10 minutes, 41. Tegan really holding it together with a 42, Chelsea 28. Good mid-card stuff for NXT. Tegan getting another win is going to help her massively. She then gets on the mic for 51. Really good backstage promo, hyping herself up, hyping up the Captain Marvel of NXT. Lady Kane herself says she has been dealt some blows over the last few months, but she will come back fighting stronger than ever for all of you fans here at Full Sail University. Tegan Nox will never give up. 51. Tommaso Ciampa was in action for 65, defeating El Hijo del Fantasma. Of course, he's now turned heel in real life, leading a group of his own, but will we go that route with him eventually? Possibly. El Hijo is the heel here. Phantasma, of course. 43 from him, 67 for Ciampa, and Ciampa, of course, gets the win with a Project Ciampa. Just sort of hyping up, it's a chance to hype up the street fight this Sunday. Finn Balor, Tommaso Ciampa in a street fight. It should be a really good match between the two of them. The idea is to here, they have pretty good chemistry as well. Notice that Ciampa and Phantasma have good chemistry, which helped. But it really sort of putting over the aggression of Tommaso Ciampa. And we do that afterwards with a post-match thing where Ciampa continues to beat down Phantasma. I know it's a heel move, but the idea is we're just hyping up the aggression that Finn Balor has unleashed a monster, and Tommaso Ciampa will give everything he's got to beat Finn Balor on Sunday. So that it's good hype for the match. 41 isn't so great here. Adam Cole cut a promo for 69 on the Velveteen Dream ahead of their match this Sunday for the NXT Championship. Again, it's under the same lines that Velveteen Dream is a freak. He's not worthy of holding this gold, and Adam Cole will put his lights out on Sunday. 69 is a good promo from the NXT champion. Not so great here. Karrion Kross attacking Dominik Dijakovic backstage, leaving him down and out for 37. So this angle, again, this storyline has struggled, but it's down to Dominik Dijakovic's really poor popularity. So 37 is fine. Karrion Kross was then in action for 42, defeating Bronson Reed. So 42 is about what you'd expect, because Bronson Reed 29, Karrion Kross 56, but it only went 3 minutes. It's a real squash. We really put over Karrion Kross big time, and hopefully that will help the storyline. 42, okay. Finn Balor cut a promo on Tommaso Ciampa for 68, saying, I saw your aggression earlier. You think that's what it's going to take to beat me, to beat the Prince, to beat the absolute standard of NXT? Well, on Sunday, it's a street fight, sure, but I'm going to stomp your face so far into the ground that you will never come back. 68. Well, that's not bad from Finn Balor. 48 for Dakota Kai, cutting a promo on Rhea Ripley, saying thank you for doing exactly what I expected you to do, Rhea. I thought you would do that, and that's been going to be your biggest downfall. Your pride, your bravery is going to cost you this Sunday when I win the NXT Women's Champion. So enjoy your transitional championship reign, because on Sunday, Dakota Kai takes her rightful place at the top of the NXT Women's division. 48 for Dakota is pretty good, and she worked the crowd well. Good. Main event time, and it's a 72, so a really good NXT main event here. A 4-on-4 as we advertised last week. The Velveteen Dream, Kushida, Breezango against the Undisputed Era, and it was the team, the babyface team that got the win. It was Kushida pinning Bobby Fish, interestingly. I just thought Kushida could actually be boosted massively in this match, and hopefully it will help him in terms of in-ring work. Adam Cole was the best, of course, with 74, but I would say Velveteen Dream 62, not far behind. Bobby Fish 62, Kyle O'Reilly 60, Roderick Strong's a little low, Kushida 60 though, really good, and the NXT Championship storyline has gained heat, which is good. Afterwards, Velveteen Dream won't stop fighting and gets beaten down 4-on-1. It says 3-on-1, but 4-on-1. The Undisputed Era leave Velveteen Dream down. 51 is a bit of an annoyance, but that's how we head into the pay-per-view. So that gives us a 66 rated NXT, which is pretty good. Probably our best show on NXT so far. Phantasma was used a little bit too much, but he got a good match out of Ciampa, so I'm not really that upset, and the main event really held it together. And of course, this Sunday you will see it. This Sunday in real life, it'll be dropping 12:30 on the channel. NXT TakeOver in your house. Those big matches. We'll run through them for you right now. So
I'm very sorry there's such enthusiasm for what you've said, because it is utterly untrue.
Okay, NXT UK, let's talk about it. Obviously, there's been a lot of allegations been made, and I have no reason not to believe the women who are making these allegations, like I'm sure a lot of people out there believe. And the way I see it, certain people, I have no interest in using them. Unfortunately, Jordan Devlin is one of those people. He was someone that obviously we'd put the Cruiserweight Championship on him, and we were hoping to make him a big star for NXT UK. He will no longer be used. Same can be said for Joe Coffey, will no longer be used. His brother Mark will be, but Joe Coffey will not. Travis Banks will no longer be used. I have hunted. I've gone, right, this is the chance to rebuild NXT UK and just do something completely different than anyone else will be doing. So I've gone out and I've got the best of British wrestling. Now, I'm filming this today after a lot of the allegations come out. There could be more allegations come, and it could be some of the people I've signed, could be some of the people I've used. Depending on the allegations, I don't plan on changing again, but we will see. Hopefully not, and hopefully we can make this work. Today's a new start for NXT UK. A lot of the storylines will still be the same, aka Ilya Dragunov and Volta will be going forward. The Black Country Boys and Gallus, aka Wolfgang and Mark Coffey, will be going forward. But we've got to make some changes here and there. So we'll see how it goes. We're going to open up with A-Kid involved in a matchup. I did mention the others, also Ligero. Ligero can do one as well. So we do open up with A-Kid in action against Eddie Dennis for 23. So it's not great. A-Kid 28, Eddie Dennis 36. It only went 1 minute and 37 seconds before the debuting Joe Hendry got involved. That's right, Joe Hendry's here. He debuts and starts beating down A-Kid. And it leads to A-Kid and Eddie Dennis, Joe Hendry and Eddie Dennis destroying A-Kid, when of course Killian Dane runs down and seems to help his friend. Now we can finally turn him babyface, which was a complete success. So then it led to tag team action. A-Kid and Killian Dane defeating Joe Hendry and Eddie Dennis. So we've got all this new talent now. The new team perhaps with A-Kid and Killian Dane, something we'd been building towards. Perhaps Hendry and Dennis could be a team as well. But Killian Dane getting a pin over Eddie Dennis, so it protects Joe Hendry as well, which is good. 39 for the match is okay. Killian Dane 52 trying to hold it, but the rest sort of that early 30 mark. It's about what you'd expect then, so I'm not too upset. A-Kid seemed off his game, but it was pretty good. And we continue forward with Ilya Dragunov and Volta. Ilya Dragunov challenges Volta, and Volta says, you know what, fine, you can do this. We can do this. 2 weeks' time, it's announced. The NXT United Kingdom Championship will be on the line as Volta defends against Ilya dragging off. We've been building to this for a while. Maybe they might just have a great match. The Black Country Boys are backstage ahead of their match, cutting a promo on Gallus, saying the former champions want a shot. Sure, they can have a shot because we do not back down. We're the Black Country Boys. And if anybody wants a shot, they just got to ask. 48 for a pretty good promo, actually. They had a good match, 44 for the match against Alexander Wolf and Marcel Bartel. So Black Country Boys versus Imperium. Seemingly Dave Mastiff pinning Alexander Wolf with a lariat. Trent Seven did really well again, 65 from Trent, 47 from Marcel, Dave Mastiff 30, Alexander Wolf 24. So we're trying to build up Dave Mastiff using the tag team with Trent Seven. And yeah, it's working pretty well so far. The main event, though, we'll see Tyler Bate in action. Of course, now with no Jordan Devlin, we have to figure something out for Tyler Bate. So let's see where we go. Bate was in action, a 54 rated main event against the debuting Joel Redman. Joel Redman comes in a pretty good pop. I don't know much about him, but pretty good pop. An English wrestler, heel that is big. So we could have a strongman match, I suppose, with Tyler Bate being the big strong boy. Tyler Bate, of course, gets the win in about 10 minutes. Bate, 64. Joel Redman now 33, so he's coming in and he's doing well, so that's pretty good. His gimmick isn't great though, so we're going to have to change his gimmick, but that's fine, we can do that. 54 for the match. Afterwards though, and this is the talking point, Tyler Bate is attacked by another debuting man. Chris Brooks is here. 53 for the segment. His cocky gimmick is adequate, might need to change that. But Tyler Bate is attacked by the debuting Chris Brooks. Brooks is a man who's worked the Indies. He was a Progress Tag Team Champion, and we're bringing him in here to work with Tyler Bate. I think it'll work really well. So 53. We actually signed Chris Brooks a few weeks back, not part of this whole thing. I was just waiting for the right time to debut him as a heel. He fits into this slot really nicely. Hopefully Bate and Brooks could have some absolute classics. And a 53 here, and the main event, sort of early 50s, gives us a 49 rated NXT UK, which might be our best show yet. We built it up on and up, as you can see. So that is really good, actually. Really good. Okay, then, after the seemingly excitement of NXT UK, we move on to the final show of the week. That is Smackdown Live. We open up with the NXT tag team. They've gone down. The Smackdown tag team champions, Miz and Morrison, cutting a promo. We've said on New Day, but it's also like Heavy Machinery and The Forgotten Sons, a 78 rated promo. The Miz and Morrison, really, really good at these. Say it's a dirt sheet if you like. Ahead of the number one contenders tag team match, the triple threat tag team match, that is. The New Day versus The Forgotten Sons versus Heavy Machinery, the winner of the match, and the team that goes on to Backlash of the New Day. A 64 rated match, so okay, not bad. Kofi 73, really the best of the lot. Big E 66, Tucker and Otis 53 and 61 apiece, 18 and 24 for the Forgotten Sons. So SmackDown has a real problem of heel tag teams. So that's something we're going to have to work on. We perhaps could have put in there maybe Cesaro and Zayn or something like that, but Zayn's wrapped up with other things. So this was the problem. We haven't got heel tag teams. I'm thinking about putting Baron Corbin with someone. I think that would work quite well. But yeah, it's still not bad at all. And the New Day go on. So it's announced that at Backlash, the New Day will take on Miz and Morrison with the tag team titles on the line. The New Day then cut a promo celebrating their victory for 71. Really good promo. I didn't script them and it worked really well. Really good promo again. Yeah, fantastic stuff from these guys. Speaking of a promo, we did a sit-down interview with Roman Reigns for 69. So I kind of expected it to be better, but it's okay. He says he goes off on a rant about how much he hates Bray Wyatt, but it's more about the fact that he apologises for last week. He accepts that he did wrong. He rushed in at speed. Well, he should have realised something was going on. Should have realised Bray had a plan. He refuses to give Bray the credit for outsmarting him. He says it was Reigns says it was his mistake. It wasn't Bray's plan. It wasn't Bray's brilliance. It was my mistake. I made a mistake. I've apologised. I've helped the guy with his medical bills. But Bray, just know you didn't beat me. I beat myself. 69 for the sit-down interview is okay. Mandy Rose was in action for a 61 rated match. Really good stuff here, actually. She defeated Mickie James, who's still on the roster. She's doing some road agent work as well, but good to get her out there as a heel, because apparently she's a heel, but whatever, we'll make that work. 55 for Mandy Rose, 54 for Mickie. 61 rated segment is really good. Mandy Rose getting a win, and she seems to have Well, she seems to have annoyed some people as the celebrations are cut off by the entrance of the Boss and Hug Connection. That's Sasha Banks, Miss Money in the Bank, and the SmackDown Women's Champion, Bayley. Bayley says, last week, yeah, you got a pinfall on me, but I want it stricken off the record. Oh, no, it should not count because I should never lose. Something was wrong. You paid the referee. You did something. I don't know. But I want it taken off the record books. They go back and forth, and Mandy ends up tricking Bayley into giving her a title shot. Bayley agrees out of frustration. And at Backlash, it's Mandy Rose versus Bayley for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Bayley wants to prove that Mandy Rose shouldn't be anywhere near her ring, while Mandy Rose is looking to take the Women's Championship. Bayley needs to keep her composure, or she could end up losing the belt. And of course, Sasha Banks will be at ringside with that Money in the Bank briefcase. So that's going to be interesting. 61 for the segment, though, is, yeah, really good, really good. Shinsuke Nakamura is making his entrance into the arena when Braun Strowman attacks. Nakamura ends up getting back in the car, but Braun Strowman does his weird strength stuff and flips the car. I think a lot of this sort of stuff will help Strowman as a character. I think he should be doing more of it. It's what he's known for. It's what he's good at. And Nakamura gets flipped in the car. 71 for the segment is pretty good. I did it just as a backstage attack, but I wanted to talk it through with you guys still. So Braun Strowman has taken Nakamura out for the night at least. He then cuts a promo for 68 on Nakamura when he's interrupted by Cesaro. He says, I can't believe you've done that. What sort of champion does that? You know what, Braun Strowman, you think you're the big monster? Let's see how big you're a monster. I want you in the ring right now. Cesaro, hyped up, challenges the Universal Champion. And the match itself is a 75. Really good stuff. Really, really good stuff. Braun Strowman, 70. Cesaro, 65. Good win for Braun over a sort of upper mid-card heel on SmackDown in Cesaro. Cesaro's really good at putting these guys over, so that's fantastic. 75. Really, really good stuff. Afterwards, we get a Firefly Funhouse. I've put it as an interview, but it's a Firefly Funhouse where Bray Wyatt says, Roman, I heard what you said earlier. I can't believe you would do this to me. I thought we were friends. I thought we had a bond. But you don't care. You only care about yourself. You can't give other people the credit they deserve. I'm heartbroken, Roman. I am. But maybe that wasn't enough. Maybe it needs more. Maybe I need to impress you somehow. Maybe I need to do more. Bray Wyatt thinks he needs to challenge himself. So it's going to be very interesting to see what Bray Wyatt's got in store next week. Let's just say that. 79 for a really good promo. The Firefly Funhouse stuff always works. It's announced next week. Roman Reigns will be in action, taking on one half of the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, John Morrison. It's Reigns and Morrison, a match I'd never seen before and I'd love to see. But that's not all. That is not all at all, because Sami Zayn will be taking on Jeff Hardy next week here on SmackDown. Sami Zayn, Jeff Hardy, Reigns and Morrison, two big matches for the blue brand next week. Sonya Deville was in action for a 57 rated match. This is pretty good. Carmella really holding it together, but Sonya gets the victory. She was off for a game, which is a bit annoying, but another good win for the heel Sonya, the MMA fighter, so to speak. We're going to give her that sort of idea. And she defeats Carmella here. So Sonya racking up a victory, which is good. Sami Zayn cut a promo on Daniel Bryan ahead of the main event for 62, which is okay, not great, but the main event is for the Intercontinental Championship. Daniel Bryan has said he will put the title on the line every week. He wants to bring back the good times. He wants to bring back the opportunities to SmackDown. He'll put the title on the line every week, and this week it's been announced he'll be taking on Dolph Ziggler in the main event. So Bryan and Ziggler, the winner, and still Intercontinental Champion Daniel Bryan for a 79 rated main event. Really, really good. Really, really good. Bryan defeats Ziggler in about 17 minutes. Two former rivals, really, Bryan and Ziggler. They've done battle in the past. Maybe I think they've even done battle of this championship before. But Bryan gets the win. 83 from Bryan is really good. 63 from Dolph, not to be slouched either. So 79 match is perfect. So really, really good stuff. We'll see what we got in store for Bryan next week. He will be putting the title on the line again next week. So yeah, it should be good. Afterwards, he's attacked though by Sami Zayn, who has listened to everything Bryan said. He said he wants to be a man fight. He walks to the ring. Bryan's ready for a fight. And they do. They brawl. But Zayn wins the fight. Zayn, fighting like a man, wins the fight. And then he takes a chair. And then he hits the concerto Daniel Bryan is down hurt. 66 rated segment to end the show. I'm hoping that won't affect it. I'm hoping the main event match will be enough. Really, really, really good main event. Gives us a 78 rated SmackDown. Yes. Sorry, but that is so hard to do. The fact that we got the 79 there, a lot of really good promos as well helps us. Braun and Cesaro did brilliant with a 75. Yes. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is the best SmackDown we've ever had. So what a good way to end it. Of course, don't miss out. This Sunday is pay-per-view time again. NXT TakeOver in your house comes to you.
Really?
Make sure you don't miss out on it by subscribing to the channel. And if you like this video, like the video. Comment on what you would do in terms of NXT UK going forward. In terms of a lot of stuff, actually. There is so much potential, and we're starting to see it now. Things are improving really well. We're starting to see it. I'm really happy, actually. So until next time, peace.